So in a nutshell, if I have to explain you what the ACCA program really means, I would say it's a global equivalent of what you have the CA program in India, right? Now the CA program is obviously based on Indian accounting standard, but ACCA is obviously based on global standard. When I'm talking about the recognition of this program, it's recognized about 180 countries. It is also has global membership of more than 2 lakhs. More than that, the ACCA program is also recognized across major MNCs and major companies, including the regulators in India like SEBI and the Reserve Bank of India, which do recognize ACCA program as a valid accounting qualification. Now let's start talking about the eligibility of this program. Now, unlike some other programs, the eligibility for doing ACCA actually starts from class 10th, but of course you have to take a different route for that. I'm not going to get into that, but when you're talking about the basic eligibility for ACCA, is just class 12th. Now, when I'm saying class 12th, it does not mean that it has to be only from the commerce background, right? So the basic eligibility is that you have to have English and maths or accounts based on whether you are coming from an accounting background, commerce background, or from a science background, but you need to have a minimum of 60% in that as a score. The best part about ACCA program is that not everybody has to start from zero, right? Now, basis whatever background you're coming from, let's say you have done a chartered accountancy program, let's say you have done an MBA program, let's say you've done BCom, right? Depending upon what qualification you have, there are certain levels at which you basically start. So let's say as a BCom, you actually do not start at a knowledge level, you actually start from the skill level. I will be coming into exemptions in a while, but let's first discuss all the 13 papers. So these are the 13 total subjects if I talk about in the total ACCA program, starting from knowledge level. So if you can see, initially there are 3 papers in your knowledge level, which is basically business and technology, financial accounting, and management account, right? This is where after class 12th you begin your preparation, right? So if you look at now the skill level, it is about 6 papers, starting with corporate and business law, taxation, financial reporting, performance management, financial management, and audit and assurance. And post that, once these subjects are done, then we're talking about the strategic level, which has 2 compulsory subjects, which is strategic business reporting and strategic business leader. Now let's discuss about the exam format. The best part about the ACCA program is that there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to giving the exams. So there are basically 2 exam formats when we're talking about the ACCA exam. The ACCA exam is basically on demand or computer based, right? Now, on demand basically means that you can give the exam all throughout the year, 12 months, 365 days a year, and you just book the exam. Now, whether you want to write the exam at home in your own system, or you want to visit an authorized center in which you want to give the exam, that depends upon the kind of infrastructure that you have. When you're writing the exam from home, it's not as easy as just opening the laptop and giving the exam, right? You need to have the proper room, you cannot have disturbances, there is a proper invigilation which actually takes place. When we talk about computer based exams, at a simple level, what we're saying is that every quarter there's an exam. When we're talking about the exam pattern, right? So specifically on-demand exams which apply to knowledge level papers, these are MCQ based questions. You go to the center, or let's say you're doing it at home in remote structure, you get the instant results, and it's open 365 days a year. That's what is the knowledge level pattern of the exam, right? So MCQ based questions, straightforward. You write the exam, you get your results instantly, and it's open 365 days a year, right? So that's very convenient compared to the kind of exams probably you might have experienced in other exams which are based out of India. Now, the computer based, which happen quarterly, which are applicable to skill level and the final level of the exams. Now, these also are divided into 2. One is, you go to the center, authorized center, and you give the exam, right? Or you do it in remote, right? The structure is same. The only thing is it's happening on a particular date. Let's talk about the exam structure, right? So each exams, whether it's knowledge, skill, or professional, the minimum passing score is 50%. When we talk about skill level, again, the minimum passing score is same 50%, right? The pattern is slightly different. Now you've got 60% MCQs which continue like knowledge level, but 40% will be subjective. And the global pass rate generally on an average for skill level is about 50%. Finally, we come to the professional level, which again follows the same structure of pass rate. The only difference is that the pattern is 100% subjective. Now let's talk about exemptions. As I was talking about initially when we started off, right, that not everybody starts from zero. So as opposed to that, when you're talking about the ACCA program, different qualifications and different universities, depending upon what they've studied earlier, right, do get some exemptions. So they do not have to write those papers. So in 13 papers, if you see, the BCom qualification student will get about 5 exemptions. Look at IPCC, both groups who have cleared IPCC, right, they get about 5 papers exemption, but the chartered accountant gets 9 papers in terms of exemptions. Now exemptions, of course, is a very extensive discussion that can happen, but you need to understand that you can always go to the exemption calculator, which is there in the ACCA website. You click on the university from where you've done the qualification, you choose your qualification, you choose the year of your passing graduate, and you will get the exemption list. So this is the ACCA general costing structure, right? So there's a registration fee which you pay when you first become the ACCA student, right? There's an annual subscription fee which is somewhat something like a membership fee, which will continue not just now, but also once you've completed your ACCA program, you've cleared the exams. In order to maintain the ACCA membership, you will still have to pay the subscription. That's very similar with all of the other qualifications. Then you have the exemption fee. So let's say as a BCom student, if you're getting 5 exemptions, there will be some cost associated with per paper. So let's say you've been exempted with 3 papers of knowledge level, right? So 84 pounds multiplied by 3 is what you got to pay as an exemption fee, right? And exam fee, now the exact exam fee obviously varies, and it also changes quarter to quarter and year to year, but approximate a ballpark number would be 10 to 14,000 rupees per exam. When you're doing the same qualification, not individually, but you're going through approved learning partner like us, then your registration fee is exempted, and the exemption fee also carries some kind of discount. An approved learning partner, which also ensures that the kind of learning that you're getting is certified. There are approved faculties, your exam rates are maintained, content is maintained. The ACCA training in MentorMeCareers also comes with a 100% pass guarantee. Now MentorMeCareers obviously stands out because just doing the ACCA program is really not going to help you, because you also need placements, and that's where doing the ACCA program with MentorMeCareers will make a difference. We are the highest rated finance institute in terms of placements. Our highest packages for students have been 14 lakhs per annum, and average about 5 to 6 lakhs. We have about 1,500 recruiters in India, and of course we are rated 4.9 by students. Any roles in the MNCs which are dealing with accounting, corporate finance, financial planning analysis, auditing, audit assurance, etc., all are open to an ACCA candidate. Now the average salary as a fresher, right? Now when I'm saying fresher, it doesn't mean that you have completed the entire ACCA level, right? Not all the ACCA. That's also one of the advantages of doing ACCA, because you can start directly after completing certain subjects of ACCA skill level, and you get into employment. You do not get into internship, you actually get into employment, and that's where the salaries start between 3.5 to 5 lakhs per annum, right? And that's where by the time you're completed with your professional level, you already have 3 years of experience, and you move into these salary ranges of 8 to 10 LPA. That's way better, in my opinion, than spending that kind of money. See, overall you might be spending 2 lakhs to 2.5 lakhs in ACCA program. It's far better than going and spending 5 to 6 lakhs in an MBA tier 2 program, which is going to give you a sales job. Here, along with all the skills preparation, along with a global recognition, you are able to carve out a long-term global career for yourself. Okay, finally, there's something called as the PER. It's a very long subject to discuss on the practical experience requirement, but in a nutshell, you require 3 years of experience to get the ACCA membership finally, and that's where MentorMeCareers is going to help you get the job, get you prepared for the interview, give you the relevant skills, and hence the entire package of ACCA becomes more practical. So that's the basic about the ACCA program. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to reach us out. Bye-bye.